This look right here, it came together. Let's go ahead and get started with the video. Hey guys, this is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel, and today I have a fun one. So I am playing around with the new Klarity Kosmetics Safari palette, and look, it is gorgeous, okay? And when you open it, guess what? We have small pan sizes. But before I get carried away, let me go and introduce myself. If you're new to this channel, welcome. And if you're oldie but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup. So that's how you get Dr. Ash and her makeup. But please just call me Ash or Ashley. Now, eyeshadow is my jam and it's one of my most favorite things to talk about on my channel. So, literally, I think it was like the week of Valentine's. I don't know, it was a couple weeks ago. Klarity had been sneak peeking this palette, and then next thing we know, we dropped. So I was like, okay, Johnny on the spot. I'm over here buying the palette, okay? And the palette actually retails for $27.90. And as you can see, we have small pan sizes. Thank you, Klarity. Okay, because you know, usually Klarity has these huge pan sizes. I'm like, who is going through all of that shadow? But this palette is so gorgeous, and I just think it's a great take on Safari. You know what I mean? Because we have always seen like the grays. Well, what I'm trying to say is we've always seen the greens and the browns, and then we got the pop of orange, and sometimes we have a teal or two, but they're definitely very murky. And I just feel like this is just like across the Serengeti, and you got the orange, and the sun is setting, and the red because of the streaks that go in the sun, and then we have like our little shifty orange green shade right here with vibrant, you know, magentas and grays and browns and teals, and then like the little pop of gold and silver. So I just feel like it's super fun, super different from any of my Safari palettes that I actually do own. And I'm happy they went in this direction because, as I stated earlier, you know, we did just get the Croc palette, and then they got, what is it? They have the Croc palette, and they have another like green. I don't have that one. The Cobra palette, yeah. So the Croc palette, of course, is very green, murky, you know, swamplands. And then, you know, we got the Cobra palette with a lot of teals and greens. So I feel like this is good, and it switches it up, and it doesn't make all of their palettes look the same. So Klarity Kosmetics is a Black-owned, female-owned indie brand out of Texas, okay? All right, so I can't ever remember this, so I just had to look it up real quick. The brand is cruelty-free, so this palette is cruelty-free and looks like it's vegan as well. And this palette is made by Klarity Kosmetics and it's distributed by Klarity Kosmetics. And it's actually, I would just want to point out that it says it's handmade, okay? And they are in Port Arthur, Texas, to be more specific. This is actually the unicarton for the palette, and on the back, you actually have the ingredients for the foil shadows. You can't see it because it's like in gold on top of this print, but you have it says a pressed glitter ingredient. Maybe I don't know which one is a pressed glitter, so I didn't get that feeling or that vibe from any of the shades. So I'm a little confused there, but we also have like the matte shadows ingredients, and then we also have the foil eyeshadow ingredients / highlighter ingredients, and this is definitely giving highlighter, and I do not see any warnings about the eyelid. But I guess the only shade that would even come close to being a pressed glitter, but it's not a pressed glitter, would be this. So maybe there are a few little maybe there are a few glitter particles in it, because it is just a little bit flaky, but it's definitely an iridescent shade. But when I swatched it, it felt smooth. So I'm a little confused about that. But like I said, the palette retails for $27. I feel like, you know, the price point is great. I'm really excited about the pan sizes being smaller. And so I have this beautiful look for you today. And then at the end, I'm actually going to do some comparisons with the Apocalypse palette. Now, the Apocalypse palette is sold out because this was actually a limited edition palette for Halloween. And, you know, like, it kept being in high demand. So I do have some comparisons between this shade, this shade, this shade, and this shade. Yeah, just because they do look a little similar and you want to know if you're like not getting any dupes. And yeah, I just thought, I was like, because I was actually wondering myself. So I was like, let me take the time. I know I am really holding it bogusly, but y'all know I can really not hold up anything. My hands are the size of a fourth grader's. So let's go ahead and get into this look because I'm loving it. At first, I wasn't quite so sure, but you'll see me work through it. So let's go ahead and get started. So let's go ahead and get started with a look. Here's the palette. She's really beautiful. And the names are so cute. So I do have my eyelids primed with my MAC Paint Pot. This is Contemplative State. It's the perfect color, as you can see. So I'm going to go in with a BK Beauty 202 brush. And I am going to start with Unbearable. I know it's a pretty dark brown, but I'm just going to tread lightly and see how this works. It felt super creamy. Oh my. Yeah, she's dark. It felt super creamy when I swatched it, so I was excited about that. I'll go and touch up the other side a little bit, but I wanted to just kind of get some of the excess off of this brush. So I'm just going to blend this back and forth, you know. And then of course, you know, I'm like the go back, build up queen, okay? I'm just gonna take a little bit more. Yeah, she's pigmented, okay? And I'll probably, it's partly the brush, the primer, all of it. So it's not patchy, but I'm just kind of working slow because I don't want to have, you know, this crazy amount of color. So at the moment it's looking patchy, but you know, I haven't really finished doing what I need to do here, okay? So this brown is like pretty warm, but it kind of leans gray. That's what I'm gathering. I'm still blending. This is me all the time. This is why I like do time lapses, because when I used to talk to books, the amount of time that I spend blending sometimes is unreal. And that's just because that's me. So I'm pretty happy with how that looks. I'm gonna put a tiny bit there because that's like a spot where on me, shadow doesn't like to hang around. So far this feels nice. I was like, it's definitely kind of catching on my primer. I'm going to take a stiffer blending brush, and this is just a Blender Pro by Sonia G, and I am going to like just really infuse that out, go into work just to make sure it's good. And over here, it's looking like a hot mess because I went in too fast. I thought I had, like, you know, tapped my brush off, but apparently not. Okay, it doesn't look so bad, but I definitely need to go back in with more. I don't know. It looks a mess on this side. What is happening? Okay, let's blend. Let's blend. It's like, looks like it's stuck on my primer. Like it's catching. I really don't think it's the shadow per se. I think it's the primer. Okay, because like you can see those little spots. This is where things like tend to irritate me because I'm such like a blender person. Okay, so the shades in this palette are pretty dark. Okay, so I am just going to take my bronzer by Klarity Cosmetics in the shade Vacay. I'm gonna pick up a tiny bit and just help kind of fuse this out. think it's the shadow, because the shadow moves really well. I just think it's like me when I go to what I think it's up with this primer right here. I'm just like pushing in and then pull it out. Okay, that looks a lot better. Okay, it's like for real. All right. So now what I want to do, I want to work in sections. So, because yeah, that shade is really like really soft. Not too soft, but like where it blow away, but it's like very creamy. So that was the shade Unbearable. So that was that shade, and you see it looks very like kind of gray, smoky-ish. So now what I want to do, I'm going to take some of my NYX glitter glue and I'm going to take a cleaner brush to get the glitter glue on, which is this brush. This is just a synthetic, oh, this is a Morphe M705 brush, okay? So I'm just going to take a little glitter glue and I'm going to work in sections because in my opinion, with these type of foiled, well, these are foiled, but like super metallic, multi-chromes, but I wouldn't necessarily say. They just have a lot of mica and a lot of slip. That's what like lets them glide. It's just so much easier to go in with a glitter glue as an extra primer. And I'm gonna take this little dense Tarte brush because it's just good for laying down shimmers. And this one doesn't have like a super high sheen to it. It does, but it doesn't. But I'm gonna use it to like pat down the inner corner. And because I'm talking to you guys and probably moving a little slower than I normally would, I just put the glitter glue there and I'll put more down as I work through my eye. So like it doesn't dry and become pointless. I'm gonna have to put more down. That's why I only put it there in the inner corner. And that's pretty. That's pretty. And now I'm just gonna kind of feather that shade up just a tiny bit so it like goes into the other shade. So yep, I'm pleased. I'm taking more glitter glue and I'm gonna work a little faster. And so I'm just gonna take my brush and I am going to do this layer across the rest of the lid. And I'm making sure I put it in the corner. There we go. So it's nice and tacky. And I'm gonna take that same brush. I'm just wiping it off on a little towel. I'm gonna take this orange shade, and this is called Don't Worry, I'll Wait. Like owl, like the animal, the owl. Ooh, that is pretty, baby. Talk about an orange. I will fuse those two colors in better in a moment. Oh my. There. Now I'm going to change brushes, go in my flat definer by Sonia G, and I'm going to go with Toucan, play that game like a toucan, like a bird. And this shade was super pretty because it was like green and orange and pink. And next to these colors is going on as orange. I mean, as green, rather. I want to put it with Giraffing Me Crazy because it looked like when I swatched them, you know, they're right next to each other, and I was like, ooh, I feel like that would be pretty over it. Okay, so there we go. Just gonna pull that up and over a little bit. So we got the bases down. Now I'm gonna go back in with a little Don't Worry, I'll Wait, the orange shade. I'm gonna fuse it all together. Okay. Now I'm gonna go with a little bit of Heard It Through the Ape Vine, like an ape, the animal ape. And I'm going to kind of like fuse it in here, you know, so we don't have a harsh line. Take a little bit of Don't Worry, I'll Wait. Just kind of go back and forth. And now I'm just going to kind of take my finger and kind of mesh the two together. Yeah. Usually do, I just like, once I open my eyes and I see how stuff is looking, that's why I just go and touch up a little bit more of Toucan. Play that game. Toucan shade, of course, is very iridescent. Okay, so now I got my little blender. Kind of gonna buff that out. And what I think I'm gonna do, I have this little blender brush. I'm gonna go with Can You Stop Lying? Oh, like lying, but lion. Can you stop lying, but lion, the animal. I love how they do their names. I'm gonna pop a little bit of this in here, kind of wrap it around. So it's like you got the shimmer. And then normally in videos, I don't like to like dip into other palettes when I'm just talking about this particular palette. Like I like to show it as an all-inclusive palette. But I would probably just go in with more of a color that was neutral. And I'm just gonna go back in because now I'm deciding I want this to come down more. Go with my finger, kind of tap off some of the areas that were it's not looking so opaque because I've messed with it through blending and because I laid this shade down with a brush. Yeah, I think I'm happier with that. Here we go. It's been a journey today for eyeshadow. Okay, go back with Can You Stop Lying? Put it up here. All right, I think I'm pretty happy with this. Sometimes when you do these bright, bold colors, it's like you're looking at it, it's like, not quite sure, but you know when you get your liner and your face together, it's okay. So I'm gonna do the other eye and I'll be right back. I'm back. Face is pretty much together, got the lashes on. Ooh, I'm liking it. I'm loving it. It's giving cute. It's bold, but it's cute. Okay, so I usually don't put shadows on my lower lash line because like from here to here, like my eye is little. You know what I mean? From like open to here, it's little. So I don't like to close it off too much. So that's why I usually never put shadow. But like from here to here, you know, I have a lot of space. Because, you know, makes sense, right? So, but you know, I want to play around. So I think I am going to take the gray shade. And I have my little flat definer brush. I really like this brush for my lower line. Just going to dab off the excess. I'm just going to kind of keep it tight. I'm not going to bring it down too low. That's pretty, okay? I'm liking it, I'm liking it. Now, I want to take, I want to take Pray About It, like pray, P-R-E-Y, like, you know, pray, animal pray. Their names are always just so cute. And, well, okay, I messed that up. Okay, I have to take a stiffer brush for this. Ooh. Let's see. I'm definitely going to take a pencil brush because that one, I don't know, it was just interesting. But the color was not like giving what I needed it to give. What did I just do with that pencil brush? Okay, this is a Sephora pencil brush, but any pencil brush will do. I usually don't. There we go. And I'm just kind of putting that on in the middle, on the bottom. Now I'm just wiping that brush off. And I want to go in with this shade right here. What is, oh, Toucan Play. It's pretty. Let me do the other eye real quick. Okay, this is cute. Okay, so for my face details, I went in with my Rare Beauty foundation. I went the shade 430W. Of course, I went in with my Klarity Cosmetics bronzer. If you've been here before, you know, you know. Okay, working on finishing her up. Then I took my Klarity Kosmetics blush in the shade Extra Shot Please. Nice little terracotta. I thought it worked with the theme of the palette very well. Then I went in with my Best Buds Glow blush, and this is from Menagerie Cosmetics, and it's like the little highlight because it's a dual chrome blush. And then for the lips, I took my lip liner in Cola from Juvia's Place. It's a standard brown liner. That's like all that's left. And I went in with, what is this? Flesh Fantasy from Pat McGrath. So, and then my Ardell Demi Wispy lashes. This is cute. So, this palette, I like it. I mean, I just think it's super cute. Ooh, the shimmers did not come to play. They are super foiled. I would definitely recommend, in my experience, because they have so much glide and just to get that intense shine, they usually use a lot of mica. I would definitely say definitely use like a glitter glue to keep it on your eyes so it doesn't definitely crease where your creases are in your eyelids, just to keep that shine. Go in with a stiff, dense brush in order to apply it, and then you can kind of go in with your fingers for extra intensity. But I love it. Okay, it's really, really cute. And as far as the mattes, I'm going to kind of keep on testing it. I really think it was just like that primer. Like sometimes, I know I just did another eyeshadow palette where I was like, the shadow's patchy, but the shadow was patchy. Okay, today, like that was probably the primer. I might not have blended it up enough. Who knows? You know what I mean? So, but this look is gorgeous. I think it came together fabulous. Look at that pink down on the bottom with the toucan, and I feel like this is a gorgeous shade. Also, really high foil for sure. I feel like you can get kind of like endless combinations with this palette, so I'm really excited about it. And I mean, I know I usually do 3 looks, but I feel like it's a lot of different looks you can get. And I also feel like if you're not trying to do all that I got going on right now, then maybe you should stick to like 1 to 2 shades and let that shimmer be like the star of the show, and then maybe bring in another palette. I would definitely kind of pull in like an accent palette to kind of help blend out this particular shade or this shade. But I'm really happy with the performance. This is, I mean, it's just a really cute take on Safari, because we've seen a lot of Safari palettes where we have like the muddy greens, the murky greens, and Klarity honestly has enough of those also, because, you know, they did just come out with the Croc palette at Black Friday that has done really well for their brand. I'm super excited that, you know, we have the same quality. I feel like the mattes are getting better and better, and the shimmers have gotten better from when I first tried the brand. I know I first really kind of tried to brand with the So Mesmerizing palette, but I didn't that didn't go very well for me. So I gave him another chance when the Lily palette came out. And I like that palette, but some of the shades were like, But ever since then, like, I feel like the quality has just been like, they've been stepping it up for sure. So I'm really excited about the small pans. Like, what did I say? It definitely cut down on the price. You know what I mean? It definitely cut down on the price for having these smaller pan sizes. I would have to say so because, let me see, this palette, hold on a second. So yeah, just like I was saying, this palette was actually just $27. So I just think that that is a really fabulous price. Klarity tends to be usually on the higher end, and I get it because of the formulas and the pigments that they use. But I think this is beautiful so far, and I'm definitely going to keep playing with it because, you know, normally I do 3 looks, but I just decided to do 1 look, you know, kind of switch up, you know, the content, and then y'all see the palette reappear a little bit later. But let's see, let me pull out the Apocalypse palette and let's do some comparisons because I do know like the orange and the turquoise and the gray for sure. All right, so here is the beautiful Apocalypse palette, and they did a fabulous job on this palette. It was actually the Halloween release because, you know, giving Halloween for sure. And it was actually limited edition, but so many people did not get a chance to get their hands on it that they have brought it back a couple of times. And, oh, it's also a pink in here, but they're not. Yeah. So I want to compare just a few shades just so you can see for reference, like, I feel like they're different for sure. I feel like even the oranges are different. We'll see. Because I feel like the orange in the Apocalypse palette is definitely more like pumpkin. And this is definitely more like on the Serengeti. Y'all know what I mean. Okay. So first off, we're going to start with Don't Worry, I'll Wait. We have her here. And then we have Go Big or Gourd Home. And this definitely has like more of that gold flip and green flip to it. Both of these shades, oh yeah, they're different. This is Go Big or Gourd Home. This is Don't Worry, I'll Wait. So like I was saying, okay, I'm going to drop something because there's too much going on over here. So there we go. So you can definitely see. So this is the one, how do I want to do? Okay, this is the one from the Safari palette, and this is the one from Apocalypse. Oh my. Woo, both are just, look at my fingers, like so pretty. Yeah, so you're definitely not getting the same vibes. Oh, both of the oranges. Child, look. Getting these shades off sometimes can be like a task. All right, so the next one I want to compare is Herded Through the Ape Vine, which I was like, oh, it might be. But then when I swatched it for the video, I was like, oh, no. So this is Herded Through the Ape Vine from the Safari palette. And here we go. Tomb It May Concern, like a gravestone tomb. This one definitely has like purple, green reflex. Oh my. This one is from Safari. This one is from Apocalypse. So you can definitely see. I feel like the one from Safari is definitely more like just a shimmer. It's definitely deeper. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't have like that flip like this one is going to have. So definitely both of these different. Let's do the pinks because we're here. So we have Pray About It. That's Pray About It. Ooh, and it actually, this really comes more like a red, like a, I don't know. It gives pink, but I see orange and I see red in it. And then this is from Apocalypse. I Choose You. Do y'all see this? Okay. So this is from Safari. See what I mean? Definitely giving more red, pink vibes. This is definitely giving pink, purple, hint of green, maybe? Okay. Now the last one I want to compare is the gray. Y'all know how I feel about gray mattes. Love them dearly. This is Irrelevant. Irrelevant. So we have Irrelevant here. And then we have Somebody is Scared. So here are the two. This is Safari. This is Apocalypse. Oh man, I am loving this look. Like, it's giving me life. Okay, that's from Safari. This is Apocalypse. So definitely more cool tone here. A little bit warmer. Both kind of like blue basey grays. So, all right. So those are the comparisons. Yes. Love it. Love it. It's so stinking cute. So those are the comparisons. So you can see you're definitely getting different colors here, because I was like slightly concerned myself. I was like, look at the shine on these babies. I mean, honestly. So let me know what you think of this look. I think it is gorgeous. I think it is really a fun palette to add to your collection. Definitely a different take on the Safari theme that has been done so many times over, but I like how Klarity put their spin on it. You know, it's definitely a different theme. It's different color story, interesting color story, a little complex, although Klarity can get some complex color stories. So this might be a good companion palette, but I think it's just really worth it. $27. You can use like a discount code for sure. They now have discount codes that work like on palettes. And yeah, this is super cute. Okay, so leave me a comment down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be soon. And subscribe to my channel, because you know I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. With that being said, you already know what time it is. It's time for the Cheddar Dash. Hey, 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 Cheddar Dash. Cheddar. Hey, Cheddar. All right, y'all. Bye.